होमज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थसुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आविश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। We are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 29, verse 14. So here Sri Sukadeva Goswami is replying to the question which was asked by Parikshit Maharaj. Krishnam vidu param kantam netu brahmataya mune gun pravaho paramam tasam gun dhyam katham. So his question was that the gopis, they knew Sri Krishna only as their Kanta, their lover, and not as Brahman, which is indicative of Paramatma and Bhagavan, means not as transcendental person or some divinity. So how is that by thinking on him they became free from the guna when their mind was not thinking of him as nirguna? Brahman means nirguna. So then how is that they thought of Krishna as a lover and then they became free from the gunas? Gun pravaho pramam, because it was said Jahur gunmayam deham sadhya prakshina bandhana. So general principle is that you attain whatever you meditate on. So sadatad bhav bhavita. And Krishna also says that in Bhagavad Gita. If you meditate on the bhutas, you go to bhutas. You meditate on deva, you go to deva. So how is that they attained Paramatma? Because it says Tameva Paramatmanam. So he replied to this that in this principle is not applicable to Krishna, because anybody who contacts him in any way becomes free from the gunas, because he is free from gunas, whether you know it or you do not know it. So this is the Shakti of the Vastu. So Vastu Shakti Buddhim na apekshate. Like fire, you touch knowingly or unknowingly, it will burn you. So you think of Krishna that he is Supreme Person, or you think of him in any other way, it will purify. And then he gave the example of Shishupal, etc., how they became liberated. And then he spoke about his, he will speak more on this in this. So some question is there, Bhushan?
Permission Pranam. So Parikshit Maharaj asked this question on behalf of the others, like yogis and so on. But my question is that why would this? I'm trying to understand the motivation for this question, because isn't the fixity of a mind on any object a sign of transcendence? Because if the gunas are always changing, and if the mind is fixed on a certain object and it does not waver, isn't that itself a sign of transcending the gunas?
No, it is not fixed on anything. If the object is material, how it will transcend?
Because the gunas keep on changing. So if it was not transcended, then the fixity will be lost after some time. But if the fixity is always constant, then isn't that a sign that it is not gunas but it is transcendence?
So you are saying guna are always changing of the person who is meditating?
Yes. So the mind will change, because like experiences, you try to think about one thing and mind keeps on changing. But if the mind is fixed on an object, then it does it imply, is that a lakshana that one has transcended the gunas?
Yeah, but you can train the mind. There are 5 stages of mind: Kshipta, Mudha, Vikshipta, Ekagra and Niruddha. So the last 2 stages of mind are Ekagra and Niruddha. So what you are talking about are the first 3 stages.
Okay.
So there it is changing, Kshipta or Vikshipta. So you can train the mind. That is the whole process of yoga. So when the mind is trained, then it does not waver like that.
Okay, if I understand correctly, that fixity of mind is not necessarily a lakshana of transcending the gunas.
No.
Okay.
You can fix on anything material. Once if you are in a high state of sattva guna, then you can be fixed, because the wavering happens due to rajas. So even a tamasic person can fix, like you go and sleep. When you are in deep sleep, your mind is not wavering. And that does not mean you become transcendental. It's just tamas, deep tamas, inertia. So to fluctuate, you need rajas. And if you are in sattva and tamas, then it can be stable. The difference is that in tamas you don't know, you're just in ignorance. And in sattva you are aware. So that is the difference between sushupti and samadhi. Deep sleep, and state of samadhi. So both are similar. But in samadhi there is awareness, and in sushupti there is not awareness of the self. Anything else? Salesh?
I have a question about the topmost mark which was achieved by the gopis. Is it realistically possible to achieve that stage for a common devotee?
No, that is the idea of Raganuga Bhakti. That's why the Uttama Bhakti is defined in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, or what we are studying in Bhakti Sandarbha. It will come. Otherwise there is no point in describing it. If it is not possible, the description is given so that you may become inclined for it by hearing.
It should be achieved in this material body only, or there is some possibility of refinement once one is already there in Goloka?
Well, that's what is described here. They were sages in the Munichari, this description. Now they were born as gopis and they are still getting refined. Anything else? Okay, so that tasya priya priti vishaya ashra bhuta, I think this both are not possible. Because priti vishaya ashra bhuta, because you have to start with priti. So priti cannot be vishaya and ashra. When it is ashra, it is for somebody. When it is vishaya, then it is by somebody. The same person, if you want to make them as vishaya, then it will be Krishna's priti. There will be the vishaya of Krishna's priti. And when they are ashray, then they are ashray of their own priti.
Why are they the ashray of their own priti?
Means they have priti for Krishna.
Right.
And Krishna is the object of their priti.
Yeah.
Now when they have to become the vishaya, then it is Krishna's priti for them.
Yeah.
So then in this, it cannot apply both ways. Priti, vishaya, ashaya, how will you make the samas? Because it says tasya priya. His.
Yeah.
Means they are the
There is
ashraya of his priti. Tasya
Yeah.
ashra bhuta. Ashra bhuta what? Priti ashra bhuta.
Yeah.
So they cannot be the vishaya.
So, yeah. The only thing that leaves me asking then is why bother writing Vishaya there?
Because vishaya is used in a different... The confusion is coming because you are thinking of vishaya in a technical word in relationship with priti. But here vishaya is just a vishaya. Priti has a vishaya, object of priti, and that is there the ashraya. That. Priti has a subject.
Priti, Vishaya, Ashray. So they're the Ashray of the Vishaya that is
Means
Priti.
the thing called priti.
Right.
And whose priti? Means priti for him. Priti of Krishna means related to Krishna. Means sambandha shashti. Okay?
Yeah.
Otherwise, how you make the samas, it becomes a problem. Then you have to say that once the priti is of Krishna for gopis, and another time it is priti of the gopis for Krishna.
Yeah. Because a lot of times those, I mean, as I was saying, those priya compounds are a lot of times rendered as having double meanings. Like
Yeah, that double meaning
adhoksaja priya.
that double meaning you can have, but at one point in time you can only have one meaning. Whether you can make it Shashti Tatpurus or you make it Bahuvrihi,
Right.
then you have to make separate sentences for that.
Okay. I mean, I was thinking maybe he was just concisely packing it in there, so to speak.
No, it doesn't come right like that. Okay, so Sloka 14. Ninam nishrayasa arthaya vyaktir bhagavato nirpa avyasya prameyasya nirgunasya gunatmanaha. So he said that, O king, for the welfare of human beings, Bhagavan manifests. So Vyakti here means becomes manifest. And he is Bhagavan. And because he is Bhagavan, therefore he can do Nishrayas. Only Bhagavan can do Nishrayas. Nishrayas is also a word for moksha. Right? Nishrayas Adhigama, Nyaya Sutra. So it is only Bhagavan who is the Mukunda, who is the giver of moksha. So therefore only he can do Nishrayasa. And that's why he comes here. Because otherwise there is no need for him to come. If he wants to kill asuras or do something, that he can do in so many ways. It's not killing anybody is not a big deal. Make some accident, make him fall down from somewhere. He hits his head on the ground, he dies. What is there? He eats the wrong thing, he gets diarrhea, dies from that. So many ways you can die. Right? Yeah, heart starts moving little fast. You live. It's a person who is controlling everything. What is there for him to kill somebody? Just few human beings is not a big deal. So that's not the real purpose of his coming here. Therefore it says Nishrayasartha. And he is Avyaya. So means he is not coming here because of the outcome of somebody's karma or some activities. And he is Aprameya. So he is also cannot be known by our senses. So he comes by his own will. It's not that we have our senses, and every sense has got a Vishaya. And in a certain range they can function, but he is beyond that. That's why he is called Adhokshaja. So he is Aprameya. These objects which we can perceive with our senses, they are called Prameya, knowable, perceivable. And he is Aprameya, means he is imperceivable with our senses. And yet he becomes Vyakti, becomes manifest. And then Nirgunasya. And moreover he is Nirguna. So we cannot even think of him, because whatever we think, meditate, we only know objects which are in the gunas. And Gunatmana. And he is the source of all the gunas. So therefore he controls everything and he comes. So the meaning is that because he is saying how is that these gopis attained him, so he is saying that because he comes for this purpose only. Yadrisi kriyate krida yatsutva tat paro bhavet. So he performs his lila, his krida, his play, that by hearing it we become attracted to him. We become influenced. We become devoted, tatpara. So that's why he comes here. That is the sense of this sloka. That not only that he came to benefit the gopis, but for the humanity in general. Otherwise human beings will never know who is God. It's like now the science cannot know God. They have already decided there is no God because it's beyond their purview. It's beyond their field. So they are all right without God. Because they cannot know with the process which they try. So he comes so that people can benefit. So Sri Vishnu Chakravarti says, Yatah Shreya Sadhana Hinanapi Mai Yat Kinchit Sambandha Matravato Jananaham Uddharami Iti Mansi Kritva Eva Bhāgavata Avtirnam Ityaha Nirnamiti Dvabhya. So in the two slokas, Sri Sukadeva Goswami is describing that Bhagavan, he manifests here or descends into the material world thinking in his mind that those people who are devoid of any proper means to attain the ultimate good, I will appear here so that I can uplift them by even a little contact with me. That if they come in contact with me in some way, so even by adverse feelings, still they will benefit. So therefore it says Yat Kinchit Sambandha Matravato, that even little contact with him, it will benefit the people. So therefore it says Janan Aham Uddharami, I will uplift them. So for that he manifests here. So Nishreyasam, so Nishreyas, the word which generally refers to ultimate good, has different meaning. Here it says Keshu Chit Sayujyam. For some he gives Sayujya, like the Asuras or those who follow Gyan Marg. Keshuchit Salokyadikam. For some he gives Salokya Mukti, transports them to his own abode. Keshuchit Premacha Artha. And some people, they get prema from him. So basically three types. One is impersonal liberation, other is personal, means go to his abode, and the third one is get prema. So Bhru Vijrambha Matrena Brahmanda Koti Samhara Samarthasya Bhubhara Bhuta Kamsadi Vadharthamev Vyaktir Anyatha Nopapadyate iti bhava. So the sense is that his manifestation here is not simply to kill people like Kamsa who were burden on the earth. Why? Because he is capable of dissolving millions of Brahmandas just by the flick of his eyebrow. That powerful he is. So as he can create, just Brahmandas come out of his body when he breathes out, he can also pull them back. So what is there for him to kill one Kamsa or few Aghasuras? So he does not come here for that purpose. So avyasya prati bhaktjanam swatam danena api na vyati iti avya tasya. So avya means imperishable, means which does not get reduced. If you have certain amount of money and you spend it, then after some time it will come to an end if you go on spending. So that is called vyaya. Vyaya means spending, expenditure. Avya means that he is beyond expenditure. No matter how much you spend, he still remains. So he comes and he gives himself to his devotees. But that does not diminish anything in him. So various avatars he takes and various types of devotees he has. And devotees also ask so many things to him, so he gives them, but he remains same. So therefore, avyasya prati bhaktajanam swatma danena, giving himself, is not lost. Kena prakarena iti chedataha aprameyasya. So how is he? How does he come? He says aprameya. Pramatum asakyasya kas tatra tattvam janati iti bhava. So he is aprameya means that it is not possible to know him, to measure him, to know how much he is or what he is, what is his extent of his even physical appearance, or his mind, or his characteristics. They are beyond the senses of people. They cannot know what is his tattva, what he does, why he does. It's difficult. As much as he can reveal himself, people can know, otherwise not. And why is that? He says yato nirgunasya prakrita gunrahitasya. Because he is free from prakrit, material gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas, or anything. So it is material things which are limited, and they get exhausted after some time. If you draw something from them, then they get exhausted. Spiritual things are not like that. So therefore he remains what he is. So Swarupa Bhuta Kalyana Gunu Mayasya. No. Athacha Gunatmanaha. And then he is Gunatmana. So first he said Nirguna, and then he says Gunatmana. That seems contradictory. Contradiction is one of the important part of the Shastra. That's why people who are not in the Vedic fold, they're always criticizing. Because there are so many things which seem contradictory. Here you can see one thing you're saying Nirguna, then you're saying Gunatmana. That his very Swarupa is Guna, or he is made of Guna. His very Atma, the body, self, mind, everything is Guna. Then how is Nirguna? So he says these are his Swarup Bhut, Kalyan Guna, auspicious qualities. Nahi aprakrita Chidanandamaya Guna Sagara Pramatum Shakyo Bhavetiti Bhava. So he is an ocean of qualities which are Chit and Ananda, which are conscious and bliss. So bliss, Ananda, also signifies without limit. It goes without saying that it is limitless. Therefore it cannot be measured. Pramatam Sakyo na bhava. So for that reason, because he said that any way somehow you come in contact with him, then you get benefited. So he brings this principle here. Kamam, krodham, bhayam, sneham, makyam, sauhridamev cha nityam haro vidadato yanti tanmayatam hite. So those people who have these feelings of kama, krodha, bhaya, sneha, oneness, sahridam, in Hari, then they become absorbed in him like that, and because of that they attain him. So kama means desire to enjoy with him. Krodha is opposite of that, destroy. So kamat krodha vijayate, it is just the other side. It is the baby of the kama. And then fear comes. If you cannot get angry at somebody, you become fearful. And then sneha, affection, akya, oneness, sohridam, so beauty of heart, softness, affectionate heart. So these are the 6 ways he mentions here that you can relate to Krishna. Out of them, first is all right, but next to Krodha and Bhaya, they were the Shishupal, Kamsa. So, Bhayat Kamsa, Krodhat Chadya, Dayonirpa, Sneha Pandavas, Vrishnis, Akyam or Gyanis, Shrahidam Brajvasis, Kama Gopis. So these are different people. So then Tanmayatam, they attain Tanmaya. Tanmaya means that you become fully absorbed in that person. As if you become that person. Because you become what you think of. So that is the meaning of Tanmaya. So Nityam Harau Vidadhato. So Nityam Harau Vidadhato means doing these relations or having these relations through Kama, Krodha, Bhaya, Sneha, always in Hari. So then you become free from everything. Tanmaya here also means that you become spiritual like him, because he is spiritual. You become liberated. So he is Hari. So Hari means he takes away all the good and bad. So if you have Krodha, Bhaya, etc., or you have any other desire, then he Harti. Hari Harti Papani. So it takes away and then you become purified. So that is the significance. That no matter how you come in touch with him, purification is the outcome. So Sri Vishwanath says, Tasmat Tvaya Samanyata Stavad Esha Siddhanto Avdharyatam Itya. So he says, therefore, you just understand the following principle in general, and then you can apply it in specific cases. But this is the basic principle you should know. So what is that? Kamam, Krodham, Bhayam, Sneham, Akyam, Sohridam Evacha. So Kamam, so who has the Kama? Gopi Janade. Kama means also love. So they love him. Krodham, Krodha is also indicative of Dvesha. They go together. So anger, hatred, dislike, Chadyade, like Shishupal. Bhayam, fear, comes out because he was told that he will be killed by Krishna. So fear is the fear of death. Krishna gives liberation sometimes by killing. So when Kamsa did not want, Krishna said, I will liberate you. He says, no, I don't want. That's why he was fearing him. Some people are afraid of fear and mukti. No? Some people are afraid of mukti, especially family member. Somebody comes to spiritual life, they all become worried. Why is he going? Because they know he is going to become liberated. So Kamsa was also worried like that. Sneham Vatsalyam Nandadya. Sneha, because here it is about Krishna in Braj, so he is not going out of Braj. So he says, people like Nanda Maharaj who are having Vatsalya for him, affection as a son. Akyam Atma Rama. And Akya or oneness are like the Atmara. Atmaramascha Munyo Nirganthai Purukrami Kurvantya Hitkin Bhaktim Ittham Bhut Guno Hari. So they want oneness with him. And Swahridam, friendliness, Vrishni Pandava are the Yadus, Vrishnis and 5 Pandava brothers, Queen Draupadi. So Nityam Vidadata iti adhunapi te te tam tam bhavam kurvantas tanmayatam yanti. So he says that Nityam Vidadata means having this relationship always. He says this signifies that even now it is applicable, not just in the past, because Nitya signifies that, and Vidadata is in present tense. So even at present, adhunapi, anyone who has this bhava, then tanmayatam yanti, tasam lila nam nityatvam yapayati. So he attains those leelas. This also signifies that these leelas are eternal. Means Krishna always has his pastimes in different relations, including Kamsa, etc. Tanmayatam Gopyadayas tadasaktam yatha strimaya kamuka iti anya sayujyam. So he says, what does the word tanmayata means? So he says, you become asakta in that. Means asakta means fully attached, like Gopi, they were asakta, they were attached. So yatha strimaya kamuka. So somebody who is very lusty, and then he thinks of women all the time, everywhere, wherever he sees woman, his mind is only thinking of that. So the whole world, just like a thief, he only sees what he can steal wherever he goes. Businessman, wherever he goes, he sees an opportunity to make money or do business. So that is called tanmaya. Be means very much absorbed in the object, whatever is your object of liking. So these people, they became absorbed in him. So anya sayujyam. So Atmarama attains sayujya, and these gopis, they attain him. So now he concludes this reply. So he says, because the question was specific about gopis, so therefore he speaks about them. He says, na chaivam vismaya karyo bhavata bhagavati ajay yogeshwareshware krishne yad etad vimuchyate. So therefore he says that, therefore you should not be surprised by what happened to the gopis, because he is Bhagavan, he is unborn, he is Yogeshwara Ishvara, and is called Krishna, and he is the one who liberates people of this world. Etad yata etad vimuchyate. So he says, don't be surprised, because he is Bhagavan. So Bhagavan means he is all powerful, and he is unborn, means he is not under the influence of any karma, etc. And Yogeshwara Ishvara means he has all the various types of powers, and he is Krishna. So there is nothing impossible for him. That is the significance. So his comment by Sri Vishwanath, nachayeti anyena vishmaya kriyatam nam atra arthe bhavatatu garbhad arabhya tan mahima abhigyena na karya. So he says that nobody should be surprised in relationship with Krishna. And then what to speak of you? He says, you saw the power of Krishna even when you were in the womb of your mother, because Krishna protected you. So you know the greatness of Krishna even before you were born. So why are you having any doubt and feeling surprised? So now he says that look how he is. He says, Gocharakatve api bhagavati. He says what is he? He is a coward boy. Coward means not that he's just known as coward, but he's sitting on a throne. Some people can have their name as Gopala, but they sit in an AC room. So he's not a Gopala like that. He says he's actually going to the forest with the cows every day. Try to do it one day, then you'll understand, because there is no water available there. You have to carry your own water or drink from Yamuna, which you cannot drink now. And how much water you will carry in this summer? You have to drink at least 1 bucket if you go out. So he is Gocharaka, means he is actually tending the cows practically. But he is Bhagavan. Which Bhagavan will do that? You get little money, you don't want to do anything yourself. You want to have servants, or you buy machines to do things for you, right? Now you can get the machine to wipe your floor. Previously you had to hire people to do that. So he could also hire people to tend his cows. Just pay them monthly salary. What is that? Why is he going? He is Bhagavan. Bhagavan means Aishwarya, right? Aishwarya se samagra se. So why he is doing this? Can it be understood? Have you seen anybody who has got all the money in the world and then he takes his cow to the forest? Even if you don't do that, then buy some fodder for the cow, Why are you taking the cow to the forest? People will be surprised. This guy is a billionaire. What is he doing? He owns so much money and every day he takes his cow to the forest. So this is crazy. This guy is a miser. I remember long ago, somebody was saying that if Bill Gates is walking and $1 drops from his pocket, he won't pick it up, because the time he takes to pick it up, he can make more money than that. So here Bhagavan is Gocharaka. ये तो कमाल है. This is the Vishmaya. He says if you want to be surprised, if you want to feel surprised with this. Not that Gopis got him. That's not a surprise. Surprise is this. And Devaki Putratvepi Aja. He was born to Devaki. Everybody knows that. But he's called Aja, unborn. So see the contradictions. That's why people say that this is a confused religion. And Gopastri Lampatyapi Yogeshwara Namapi Ishwara. He is running after the cowherd girls, right? And then they say that he is the master of the yogis. Now yoga starts with Yama Niyama. What is the Yama? Ahimsa Satya Aste Brahmacharya Aparigraha. The first thing you have to, if you want to be a perfected yogi, you have to be brahmachari. You cannot run after girls, or if you are a girl, run after men, and then think you are going to be yogi. Like in America, this is not yoga. Yeah, these days they have nude yoga, beer yoga. So he is actually Gopastri Lampatya. He is very much in love with the young girls, not one or two.
Lampat?
Yeah.
Means debauchee.
Yeah, Lampat means attached. So, and then he is the master of Yogeshwaras, Yogeshwareshwara. So this is real Vishnu. This is the surprise, this is the wonder. And Krishna, and he is Krishna, which means Krishna is to Bhagavan Swayam. He is the source of all avatars. So he says, therefore don't be surprised about him, because everything about him is very surprising. There are more things which are surprising about him. This is nothing what you are saying. Yat etat sthavarādikam api vimuchyate iti Sri Swami Charana. Even Sridhar Swami has commented that Krishna is a person who liberates even immovable things like trees. So ko anyo latasupi premdo bhavet. Right? This is Bilva Mangal Thakur saying about Krishna. He says, who else is there who granted prema even to the creepers? So this is what Sridhar Swami points that out. Sthavarādikam. Sri Swami Charana. Yadva tal-lila parikarad bhinnam api jagadadhuna api tat kam snehadi bhava manusmritya vimuchyate gun pravahan muktam bhavati. Or the significance, the implied sense is that besides his lila parikaras, his associates who are part of his lila, so bhinnam api jagad people at present, because it's a yat etad vimuchyate. So etad is referring to this world, people of this world. They become liberated even now by just remembering his pastimes related with this kama, krodha, bhaya, sneha, yakya, sahridam, etc. So therefore it says tat kam snehadi bhavam anusmritya. Just remembering this, vimuchyate. Gun pravahan muktam bhavati. They become free from the flow of the gunas. So that is Sri Krishna. So don't be surprised what he does. So now after saying this, he comes to the main flow. This was like a deviation. Suddenly a question was asked. Now he comes back. Yes, Sandeep, what do you want to say?
Babaji Maharaj, I just wanted to get a little clarification on this shloka 15. Because earlier we studied that we had, like here it is said that these feelings you will, if anyone has those feelings directly towards Krishna. But earlier we studied that we have to think about the parikars and be their anuga and in that mood. So how these feelings for a sadhaka, how can you have feelings directly for Krishna, or I'm a little confused on this.
What is the confusion?
Confusion is that you will start developing feelings for a devotee of Krishna. But here it is saying that those feelings should be directly for Krishna. So that is the confusion.
So if you have heard that you develop feeling for devotee of Krishna, does that curtail to have feelings for Krishna? Was it said there that you should not have feeling for Krishna? Are they exclusive?
As if you start your sadhana.
No, you answer my question. Don't run here and there. If you are having feeling for devotee for Krishna, that devotee is not related to Krishna?
Yes.
So then you will not have feeling for Krishna. Or you will also have feeling for Krishna.
But then how would you, my doubt is on that, how would you have kamam or sneham, these feelings directly for Krishna? Because you could have that sneham for a devotee.
That's why I'm asking you that when it is said you have for devotees, it's written there that you should not have for Krishna.
No, it's not written.
And is it saying here that you should not have for devotee? If he's talking about Krishna, is he saying that you should have only for Krishna, not for devotees? Is it saying? So then why are you bringing that conclusion from this? When the sloka which defines Uttama Bhakti says Anukullena Krishna Anusilnam, so Krishna Anusilnam is described as that Krishnasya Anusilnam and Krishna Sambandhi Vastu Anusilnam. So do Anusilan to Krishna and to things which includes people, objects related with Krishna. Both are included there. Yes or no?
Yes.
Or is it only for Krishna?
No. It
So
is inclusive.
So now if these gopis love Krishna, so you think they will hate the devotees of Krishna?
No.
So then this included or not?
Okay.
So how this doubt came to you?
No, my doubt was as a sadhaka.
No, sadhaka or siddha is forget. Where is it stated that just because it says that you should have love for Krishna, then it says you should not have love for devotee? How this
No,
idea came?
It does not say. I was just thinking about the steps as a sadhaka.
So as a sadhaka also you are chanting Mahamantra or not?
Yes.
So that is the name of devotee or name of Krishna?
Krishna.
So why you do that?
Because I've been told by a devotee to do that.
So therefore you are having respect for devotee and also for Krishna. You worship Krishna or not? You make offering
Yes.
to him. So why this question? Yes?
Yeah, I'm clear.
Okay. Anything else? So tadrishtvantikamaayata Bhagavan vrajayoshitaha avadadvadatam shreshto vachah peshair vimohayan. So now he comes back to the original thing that all these things were just in between. So Krishna has played the flute, the gopis came, and now he saw them coming. So tad drishtva antikam ayata. So Bhagavan vrajyoshitaha ta antikam ayata drishtva avadat. So Krishna is also called Bhagavan here. So many times he is using the word Bhagavan here. Previously also he used Bhagavan. One of the reason of bringing this question was this only. Because the tendency will be to forget who is he. We immediately become absorbed. What is he doing? How is this? Because we have so much of samskara like that. So repeatedly he said this, and the question was brought only for this reason, that how is that these gopis attained this when they were thinking of only lover. So again to bring out who is this person, Krishna. That was the importance of this question, to bring it here, the significance. Otherwise we will forget this and our mind will again start thinking materially. So in the very first sloka, Bhagavanapi Taratri Saradutfulla Mallika, and now so many times he brought the word Bhagavan here, or at least Bhāgavata in 14, and Adhokshaja, Avvaya, Aprameya, Nirguna, all this. So that we know this very clearly, because we have a material mind and material experiences, and they are very deep. So it is just natural to think of him also as a material person. So although here in the commentary we read that Parikshit asked this question for others who were sitting there, they may think, actually he is asking this question for us. This problem is with us, but he's not. The Vyasadeva is very clever, Sukadeva also. He doesn't want to say it like this, otherwise you guys will freak out. This is how he's saying like this. So the sages, etc., nobody has any problem. Otherwise they would have also asked. It is our problem. So we are at least made sages here. Nothing else. So we have a mindset like that. So that's why it is important to bring this and remind it, because once the flow will start, this will not again repeated. He will bring it in between to keep us on track. So now Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, he saw the gopis coming. And who are these? Vraja Yoshita. They are the Yoshita, women of Vraja. So means they are not ordinary women. They are not simple people of the material world. They are coming from Vraj. And they are coming close to him. They almost approached him. Antikam means just next to him. Because they are running. If you are running and you want to stop, it takes some time to stop, right? And if you are going in a high-speed car and you brake, it takes some time before it stops. You cannot stop in your tracks immediately. So they ran, and now they slowed down and they almost hit him. Antika Mayata. So he spoke to them. Avadad Vadatam Sreshta. He spoke. Who is he? He says he is the best of speakers. He is completely expert. He knows what to say, when to say, whom to say. That is Vadatam Sreshta. Now he spoke to them. Why he is saying Vacha? He spoke to them some words. Is it really necessary to say that? If you say he spoke to them, you understand obviously he spoke some words. So he said he Vadatam Sreshto Vacha Avadat. He spoke some speech. So means this speech is going to be something special. Just remember the principle that when something is extra, looks redundant in the sloka, that has a special meaning. So now this Vacha is not necessary here. Even if you say Avadad Vadatam Sreshta, he spoke, then okay, he spoke some. And therefore he says Peshair Vimohayan, Vacha Peshair Vimohayan. He spoke in a way that it was bewildering to the gopis. Now gopis are not ordinary people. So if they are bewildered, what to speak of others? So Peshai Vacha, Vacha Peshai, Pesha can mean beautiful, Peshala Vagmi, or it can mean that some words, parts of speech, means some specific way he spoke. So he is going to speak in such an expert manner that you don't know what he really means. Does he mean this or does he mean that? Because he will say, why have you come here? So does he mean that don't go back, or he is actually saying go back? So this is his Peshair Vimohayan. That bewildering because this is how he is going to relish. Because when you have a loving relationship and you have all the free time in the world, it's not that you have to get up in the morning, then you have to go to job or something. So he is in the forest, he is free, and cows are sitting and relaxing. So he has no stress on his mind. He has no appointment anywhere. So now he is going to have fun. Because one of the great fun when you have a loving relationship is in talking. Isn't it? And then talking is done in many different ways. So he's going to, as they said, talk the talk in a way that gopis are going to now be bewildered, and that he is enjoying. So sometimes people speak like this, you don't know whether this person is serious or is he joking. Right? So that is also a fun. Because if you know that he is joking, that's not so much fun. If you know that he is serious, that is not so much fun. That's business. Okay, he is saying this, you do it. But now you don't know whether is he serious what he is saying or is just joking like that. So this is called Vācah Peshair Vimohe. He is going to now bring out his expertise. He is expert in everything. So it has little long commentary. We'll read this in next class. Any more questions? Okay.